All right, let's dive into Westerville, Ohio today. We've got articles, rankings, even some fun facts about their food scene.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, so think of this as your one-stop shop to figure out if Westerville might be the place for you. So what jumps out at you when you first look at Westerville?
Well, it's not just another suburb, you get this small town charm, but it's also close to the big city action.
Yeah, visit westerville.org says it's only 15 minutes from downtown Columbus.
Oh, wow, that's a pretty sweet deal.
For sure. Peace and quiet, but the city's right there if you need it.
And it seems like they're doing something right. Money magazine named Westerville one of the best places to live in America, not once, but twice.
Twice. That's got to mean something.
Yeah, and News.com gives it an A+ and ranks it the ninth best place to raise a family in the Columbus area.
So it's great for families, close to the city. Gotta ask, how's the food scene? I'm a bit of a foodie myself.
We'll get this. Westerville is on both the Columbus Coffee Trail and the Columbus-style Pizza Trail.
All in Westerville.
Yep.
I'm sold.
And if you're into craft beer, you can't miss the Columbus Ale Trail with a stop at Westerville's Temperance Row Brewery.
Temperance, that reminds me. Westerville has a pretty interesting history, right? Something about being the dry capital of the world.
You got it. During Prohibition, Westerville was the headquarters for the Anti-Saloon League.
Oh, yeah. I read they sent out so many pamphlets that Westerville had the smallest first-class post office in the nation, all because of the sheer volume of mail.
Wow, that's wild.
It is. And for a little art history, there's the Hanby House, the only state memorial for a composer in Ohio.
I love those little historical details. It makes a place feel so much more real.
Right. And Westerville has a ton of those quirks. Even the way they name their alleys is a bit of a mystery.
Some say it's connected to their anniversaries.
Really adds to the character. Speaking of character, Westerville's got some amazing parks and green spaces.
Oh, tons. Parks, greenways. They even have over 50 miles of trails.
50 miles. Imagine jogging along Elm Creek or spending a Saturday biking the Ohio to Erie Trail, all right there in your backyard.
It's a dream for anyone who loves the outdoors.
And if you want something more organized, the Westerville Parks and Rec Department is a great resource.
I've got everything covered.
And let's not forget the Westerville Saturday Farmers Market. Fresh produce, local vendors, and that great community feel. It's a win-win.
It's a perfect example of what makes Westerville so special. They really prioritize a well-rounded lifestyle for their residents, and it shows.
And speaking of well-rounded, their dedication to education is impressive.
Absolutely.
The Westerville City School District has 3 high schools, a bunch of middle schools, and get this, 16 elementary schools.
16, wow.
Yeah. And they're not just focused on quantity, they're known for having high-quality education, consistently getting great ratings.
And for families looking for something specific, they have specialized curriculum elementary schools focusing on things like the arts, global studies, and math and science.
It's great that parents can choose a school that really fits their kids' interests.
Yeah, it's all about finding the right fit.
And we can't forget about Otterbein University, a top-ranked liberal arts college, adding even more to the educational landscape of Westerville.
It's amazing how Westerville balances this great education system with that strong sense of community. You really feel it when you look into it.
You really do.
Yeah.
And they back it up with great city services, like really fast response times for public safety, less than 4 minutes on average.
Wow, that's impressive.
And they have really reliable snow removal, affordable electricity, high-quality water. It seems like they've got it all covered.
You know, those little things make a big difference in your day-to-day life.
For sure. It shows the city cares about its people.
And for anyone who loves to shop, dine, and be entertained, Uptown Westerville is the place to be. It's a really vibrant hub that mixes local businesses with some familiar brands.
That mix is key. You get the best of both worlds.
Exactly, and they haven't forgotten about those in need. The Westerville Area Resource Ministry, WARM, is doing great work to fight hunger in the community.
It's inspiring to see them step up like that.
It really highlights the supportive nature of Westerville. It feels like a place where people genuinely care about each other. So we talked about Westerville's history as the dry capital, but before that, they had their own drama with alcohol. The Whiskey Wars back in the 1870s.
Whiskey Wars.
Yeah.
That sounds intense. What happened?
Well, picture this. Westerville was already known for its anti-alcohol feelings, and then this businessman, Henry Corbin, decides to open a saloon right in the middle of town.
Oh, I bet that didn't go over well.
You think? Not once, but twice, the townspeople blew up his saloon.
Whoa, hold on. They blew it up. Like with dynamite.
No, gunpowder.
Gunpowder. Wow, that's a serious statement. Sounds like something straight out of an old westerny.
It does, right. It just goes to show how strongly people felt about alcohol back then. But beyond the drama, it shows Westerville has a history of standing up for what they believe in.
So how did they go from whiskey wars to be the national headquarters of the Anti-Saloon League?
Well, by 1909, Westerville was the place for temperance, and the Anti-Saloon League saw that as a huge advantage. They decided to move their headquarters from Washington, D.C., all the way to Westerville.
They figured being in a town that already agreed with them would give them more power to push for national prohibition.
Exactly.
And it worked. They were a big part of getting the 18th Amendment passed, which banned alcohol across the whole country.
Oh, yeah, they were a political force, sending out over 40 tons of mail every single month.
Makes sense why they needed such a big post office for a small town. It's amazing how much influence Westerville had.
Okay, switching gears a bit. If someone's thinking about moving to Westerville, what's the city government like? What about the services they offer?
Well, Westerville have a council-manager government. Basically, a city manager handles all the day-to-day stuff.
So it's not just the mayor running the show. Right. And, get this, the system has been in place since 1916, making Westerville a bit of a pioneer in Ohio for this kind of government.
Wow, since 1916, they've really stuck with it.
And it seems to be working really well. They're known for having great infrastructure and a high-quality services, including those reliable snow removal crews you mentioned earlier.
And their water system is award-winning. Like, the Ohio E.P.A. says it's the best for similar-sized communities in the whole state.
That's incredible. And their electric rates are super competitive compared to other suburbs. It seems like they really care about giving residents good value.
What I like is their approach to mosquito control. Instead of using harsh chemicals, they go with a non-toxic method. It shows they're thinking about the environment.
That's a great point. They're actually putting those sustainability ideas into practice across different departments.
So we've talked history, government, services, but what about the vibe? What's it really like to live in Westerville?
You know, one word keeps coming up again and again: community. It's all about togetherness, being good neighbors, supporting local businesses. You really get that sense.
I can see that in all the organizations and events they have. The Farmers Market, the Uptown Merchants Association, Friends of Alum Creek, Sustainable Westerville. The list goes on and on.
And it's not just for show. They're really putting in the effort to build connections, promote sustainability, and just make life better for everyone in Westerville.
The Westerville Area Resource Ministry, WARM, really stands out. They're providing food, economic support, even spiritual support to those in need.
It really shows the heart of the people there.
Right. It creates this feeling of inclusivity and support throughout the whole community.
And when you combine that with Westerville's reputation for being safe and family-friendly.
And their crazy fast public safety response times. Under 4 minutes on average for police, fire, and EMS.
It's amazing, and it goes beyond that. They have all these community programs like school resource officers, DARE, Neighborhood Watch, even citizen police and fighter academies.
It's like they're really trying to build a strong bond between residents and first responders.
It really feels like Westerville strikes a good balance. You get that small town charm, but you also have the benefits of a bigger city.
That's exactly it. You get that close-knit community feel, but you're just a short drive from all the excitement of downtown Columbus.
Plus, they've got those amazing outdoor recreation options. Over 40 parks and rec facilities, that incredible community recreation center. There's something for everyone.
The Alum Creek Trail system is a big plus for me. Hiking or biking for miles right in your backyard. It's a dream.
And the Ohio to Erie Trail runs right through Westerville, connecting you to trails all across the state. It's perfect for cyclists and anyone who loves the outdoors.
So we've covered community, sustainability, recreation. But what about schools? We briefly mentioned the Westerville City School District, but let's dive a little deeper.
From what I've seen, the Westerville schools are a huge draw for families. They've got high academic standards, dedicated teachers, and a wide variety of programs.
They have 3 high schools, and one of them, Westerville South, is an international baccalaureate school.
That's a big deal. The IB program is recognized worldwide. It's known for its tough curriculum and focus on critical thinking.
It really prepares students for college and beyond.
And for families with younger kids, those specialized elementary schools are a great option. Arts, global studies, math and science parents can choose what works best for their child.
I love that they offer so much choice. It's not a one-size-fits-all approach.
They're really focused on individual needs and learning styles, and they're constantly improving.
It's true. They just started this program called Big Bus 2 to give even more academic support to middle and high schoolers.
It's clear they want every student to succeed.
Now, what about higher education?
A highly ranked liberal arts college with a history going all the way back to 1847.
What's interesting to me is that Otterbein has always been pretty progressive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. They were the first college in the U.S. to let women in without restrictions and the first to have women on their faculty.
That's incredible. It really fits with what we've seen in Westerville, a community that values progress and being inclusive.
And it sounds like Otterbein is carrying on that tradition today.
Absolutely. They're still leading the way in promoting equity and inclusion on campus.
It sounds like Otterbein and Westerville are a perfect match, a forward-thinking university in a town that embraces progress and community.
They complement each other so well. It creates this really vibrant and intellectually stimulating environment.
Well, the more we learn about Westerville, the more appealing it sounds. We've covered a lot, but I'm sure there's even more to uncover, right?
You're right. We still need to explore Uptown Westerville and all its charm. Plus, there are a few hidden gems we haven't even touched on yet.
So we've talked about history, community, schools,
Mm-hmm.
but there's one spot we haven't really dug into yet. Uptown Westerville. What's so special about it?
Well, Uptown is like the heart of the city, a historic district that just oozes charm.
It's giving old world charm meets modern amenities. Am I right?
You are. Think unique shops, amazing restaurants, and fun things to do, all wrapped up in this beautifully preserved package.
I'm picturing those brick sidewalks, the cute storefronts, maybe a gazebo in the park.
You got it.
Mm.
Uptown Westerville is famous for its well-preserved architecture. Some of these buildings are from the late 1800s and early 1900s.
Wow, it's like stepping back in time.
Exactly.
What about the shops themselves? What kind of shopping experience are we talking about?
You won't find any big box stores here. Uptown is all about unique, locally owned businesses.
Oh, so those one-of-a-kind finds.
Yep. Think eclectic boutiques, art galleries, specialty food shops, even a few antique stores.
Sounds like the perfect place to find a gift or treat yourself. And you're supporting the community while you shop.
Exactly. And don't even get me started on the food. The dining scene in Uptown Westerville is incredible.
I've heard good things. What kind of places can people expect?
Oh, everything. From casual cafes and pubs to fancy restaurants with international cuisine. And, of course, tons of places to get craft beer or a locally roasted coffee.
We're seeing a theme here.
Hmm.
Quality, variety, and that emphasis on local. It's definitely the Westerville way.
Couldn't have said it better myself. And what really brings Uptown to life are the events, festivals, concerts, community gatherings all year round.
Speaking of gatherings, the Westerville Saturday Farmers Market is right there in the heart of Uptown.
It's the perfect way to meet your neighbors, support local farmers, and get some amazing produce.
Absolutely. And then there's the 4th of July parade, the Music and Arts Festival.
Hmm?
Something's always happening in Uptown.
Always something going on. It's that kind of place where you can bump into your neighbors, grab a bite to eat, listen to some music, and really feel that sense of community.
You know, after spending all this time learning about Westerville, I'm starting to get why people love it so much. It's progressive, but also grounded, with a strong community and a love for its history.
I couldn't agree more. They embrace their past while looking towards the future, and you can tell the people of Westerville are proud of their city.
We've covered so much, but I'm sure there's even more to discover about Westerville. For anyone seriously thinking about moving there, what would you suggest they do next?
Honestly, I'd say connect with a local expert. Someone who knows Westerville inside and out, who can answer their questions, tell them about the different neighborhoods, and help them navigate the real estate market.
Make total sense. Anyone in particular come to mind?
Actually, yeah. Based on everything we've learned, I'd highly recommend Jason Heidenusher and H Real Estate. He's a Westerville native, deeply involved in the community, and passionate about helping people find their perfect spot in Westerville.
I've heard great things about Jason. He's known for being knowledgeable, professional, and truly caring about his clients.
He's not just trying to make a sale, he really wants to find the right fit for each person, and his knowledge of the local market is top-notch. Whether you're buying or selling, he's the guy to call.
So there you have it, folks. We've explored Westerville inside and out. We've seen the history, the culture, the amazing schools, their commitment to sustainability, and, most importantly, that incredible sense of community.
If you're looking for a place to put down roots, be part of something special, and truly feel at home, Westerville might just be the perfect fit.
The choice is always yours. But if Westerville is calling your name, Jason Heinescher and H Real Estate are ready to help you make it happen. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into Westerville, Ohio.